like to rethink the sanity of a company that thought it was a good idea to give me a live microphone in front of the crowd. Before I start, for the reason I'm out here, I just wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate Sean on his Hall of Fame induction. I've known Sean for years, and for somebody who never really gets in the ring on a regular basis, you guys have no idea how hard that gentleman works. I would also be remiss if I did not congratulate Glenn Osborne on his Hall of Fame victory. Glenn Osborne, who has known me my entire career. Glenn Osborne, who, here's useless wrestling trivia you're never going to need to know. I have a fear of heights. I've only been on the top turnbuckle in my 17-year career one time, and it was because I knew Glenn Osborne was coming to get me down. Another piece of useless wrestling trivia you'll never need to know, that I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for Glenn Osborne. They asked me to come back tonight and induct Cindy Rogers as the former DCW Women's Champion. Well, for those of you that know your DCW title history, you would know that I won that championship tagging with Glenn Osborne against Chris Wilde and Cindy Rogers. So thanks for helping me with my victory, Glenn. And now the reason I was asked to come out here, the induction of Cindy Rogers, the definition of technician. Cindy Rogers started wrestling in 2001. She was trained at the Monster Factory in New Jersey. I met her roughly a year later at a company in Allentown where we were scheduled to go 5-on-5 in a women's tag match. She was on the other side of the ring from me. Shock there. And we didn't touch each other the whole match, is all I remember. It was the first time I'd met her, I'd never gotten to work with her, and we didn't get anything with each other in the ring. And we got back to the locker room, and there's 11 girls back there. Our referee happened to be female also. And me and Cindy got to talking. And it was from that day in roughly 2002 that me and Cindy just clicked. And then oddly enough, we found ourselves pretty much married to each other all up and down the East Coast. Whether it was tagging with each other or repeatedly having to wrestle each other. Anybody that knows me and that has seen me wrestle before will tell you, I do not give up, and getting me to tap out is almost impossible. Cindy Rogers holds the distinction of holding the most tap outs a single person has ever gotten me to do. She has tapped me out more than any other female and any man I've ever been in a ring with. Sadly, she also holds the distinction for being the only person I've accidentally seriously injured in a ring. We did a show in Fernwood, Pennsylvania, and I threw a pretty hefty forearm that unfortunately accidentally landed square across her face and knocked her out on her feet in the middle of the ring. It was a 3-on-3 tag match. We had just started, and we had at least 8 more minutes to go. And while her eyes were open, the lights were on, and absolutely nobody was home. We were way too far from her corner for her to make a tag, so I waited a minute while I panicked, and while I heard the person in her corner yell at me. And I picked her up and I draped her on the ropes, and I looked at her, and again, the lights were on, and absolutely nobody was home. And I said, let's give this a try. So I shot her off the ropes, at which point she reversed me, and I got kicked by one of her tag partners. And the one thing I learned right then and there is that as fantastic as a wrestler as Cindy Rogers is on her best day, her autopilot kicks in and works harder than most of the rest of us on a good day. I've spent so much time with Cindy Rogers that we've become family to one another, up to and including the fact that I call her Mom. Hi, Mom. Ladies and gentlemen, Cindy Rogers' mom. I get invited to her family functions. I've got a key to her house in case I ever need to be in Delaware again for any reason. Zach Connor. Just saying. But over the past 9 years of our friendship, her career has spanned 10 years. She wasn't only my tag partner, she wasn't only one of my favorite opponents, she's become one of the best friends that I have ever had in my whole life. I remember I did a show in Connecticut. Cindy lives in Delaware. I lived at the time just north of Philadelphia. And as cheesy as this is, I broke up with the guy I was dating while I was in Connecticut, drove the whole way home to Philly crying on the phone to my best friend. And when I arrived home, in my driveway sat Cindy Rogers, who had driven from Delaware to Philly just to meet me at my house to take me to Wendy's for a Frosty. That's the kind of friend that Cindy Rogers is. Sadly, Cindy's career was cut short by 2 separate accidents. One where she missed a hole playing softball, fell and cracked her collarbone, and the other at the hands of a driver who rear-ended her vehicle and injured her neck. I personally am completely disheartened and saddened, and I will never, however much longer I have in this business, share this ring with Cindy Rogers again. And I'm sad for all of you fans who never will get to see her wrestle in this ring again. For those fans who haven't ever gotten to see Cindy wrestle, I'm sorry, that's your loss. Ladies and gentlemen, Cindy Rogers!
You're staying right here. I have to say, too, that just to add to that story where she accidentally knocked me out of rings.
I didn't tell any of the camping stories.
And ever since then, I gave her my spare elbow pads. So anytime I was ever in the ring with her again.
True story. I didn't bring them tonight, guys. Somebody's in trouble.
I'm not wrestling her tonight, so it's okay. That person is. Yeah.
It's not you yet.
It's not me, no. Wow. I really, to be honest with you, don't know what to say. Just how much of, except this is such an honor. DCW is, has always been just special to my heart. I did work for them for so long, and they've always been like a family to me. So, Zach and everybody from DCW, thank you so much. It's kind of tough in this business where you have a lot of acquaintances, but you don't always have a lot of good friends. And this company, I definitely have several friends, even you. But you know, it is true. One of my best friends, and that's why I kept her up here too, because I have to say I trying very hard not to cry. You didn't do a great job of it while I was in the back trying not to make you cry.
You're making me think about crying right now, not at all.
I did. I started back in 2001 at the Monster Factory, and I luckily had a great 10-year career, and unfortunately, due to the car accident, and it cut everything short. And I apologize for rambling, really I do. I got to work with a lot of great people, made a lot of great friends, and I was very lucky when I came into wrestling that unfortunately with women's wrestling it went in kind of like the diva direction. So a lot of the best female wrestlers, unless you go to the independents, unfortunately you won't see them anywhere else. Mercedes.
Yeah.
But no, I was very lucky. I met a lot of great people like Missy and Amy Lee and Mercedes Martinez and who are my closest friends to this day. We all helped each other, pushed each other, just to basically give a great name to women's wrestling. And again, sorry for the rambling. Yeah, you should have written my speech for me. I have to say, this is a special honor to me as well because, like I said, I've been gone, unfortunately, for almost 2 years. I had to retire, and not a day goes by that I don't miss it. And so it is always great for me just to be remembered. But anyway, that's all I have to really say. And just thank you so much, DCW. I really, really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.